Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is MMA for you. I'm going to be doing my Bellator 91 and Pumbu versus Vegh predictions, which happens on February 28th. Card overall, I'm not very... can't say it's that great of a card. I like Will Brooks. He's really good. They're doing a rematch with Fischer and Rickles. Not too fond of that. Main event doesn't look too bad, but... and it does make things a bit interesting that King Mo got knocked out by Emmanuel Newton and Babalu got knocked out by Michal Zayat. So you're definitely 205 in Bellator. It's interesting, but I don't know if it's in a good way. You know what I mean? Prelims look alright. I mean, you do have a women's fight with Holm. Otherwise, yeah, I can't say I'm super impressed with this card. It's okay. Let's get started, though. Christian Mpumu fights Attila Vegh for the light heavyweight title. There's some similarities with these guys. Both these guys have some heavy hands, and Mpumu showed that against guys like Richard Hale, Carpenter, and whatnot. Attila Vegh knocked out Diesel, Travis View. So it's a really interesting fight, and it's such heavy-handed guys, underrated ground games. I do like Christian Mpumu's counter-punching. He's used that to some great, to some knockout victories, actually. I think that's pretty much how he beat Richard Hale. The other thing that's similar about these guys is they're both small for light heavyweight. They look like they can both cut to middleweight. One thing that works against Mpumu, though, is he fought and lost to Travis View on October 2011. It's a long time to be out. Ironically, Attila Vegh knocked out within the first minute Travis View to fight Christian Mpumu and win the tournament. Vegh also has a really good Greco-Roman wrestling as well. And he's coming off an 8-fight win streak. Age-wise, Christian Mpumu is 35 years old, whereas Attila Vegh is only 27. I'm thinking we're going to see a new light heavyweight champion and go more with the theme of seeing a lot more Eastern European / Russian fighters getting Bellator titles or getting high up the Bellator ladder. I think Attila Vegh takes this one. Combination of Mpumu's, his age, and the fact that he just hasn't fought in a long time, I think is really going to be the difference maker in this fight. Okay, next fight off that, Jason Fischer fights David Rickles. I'm going to be honest, I don't really see how this fight is going to be that much different than the first time they fought, especially now that Rickles seems a bit more acclimated to lightweight. They fought at the catch weight just 2 fights ago. Rickles, both are 2 fights ago, and now Rickles is a bit more acclimated to lightweight. I mean, I got to go with Rickles. I think he's going to be the bigger fighter here. He can take a punch. His ground game's good. He's a durable guy. He's a brawler, and he keeps pushing forward. Fischer, good fighter. Definitely a finisher. All of 6 wins are by finish. 2 by KO or TKO and 4 by sub. But, I gotta go David Rickles to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, Saad Awad fights Will Brooks. I've been really impressed with Will Brooks. I was happy. I picked him to beat Ricardo Toloni, and he did. It's not just the guy's backstory. The guy is a very natural athlete. Stand-up is solid. His wrestling's really good, and he's good ground and pound. He's a prospect I'm looking out for. 9-0, undefeated. I don't know where Bellator finds these guys, but I mean they find these top-notch prospects a lot of times, and a lot of these diamonds in the rough. Saad Awad, he got a knockout in his last fight. He's on a 5-fight win streak. Trains at Millennia MMA. Stand-up's pretty solid. But yeah, I gotta go with Will Brooks, especially with Brooks' wrestling and ground and pound and just overall athleticism. Okay, next fight after that, Josh Montoya fights Ed West. Not a fan of Ed West, but I think he'll win here. West has a 17-7 record, 9 wins by sub, 8 wins by decision. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Trains at Apex MMA with guys like George Roop. He's kind of a Taekwondo style stand up. You'll see him do side kicks and whatnot. Lots of movement. Not much of a power threat in the stand up, but his wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu are actually pretty good. So, yeah. For some reason though, like, I'm just not a fan of the guy. It might just be his style. With Montoya, not a great record. 10-7 record. 8 of his wins are by sub, 2 by decision. He's on a 2-fight win streak, and he's 23 years old. He has some good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but Ed West also, like I said, good wrestler, good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I got Ed West winning that one. Okay, on to the prelims. We got Holm fighting Kate Merrill. Both of them are undefeated, but I mean, Merrill has a 1-0 record, or 1 win by sub, and Holm is 2-0 undefeated. Both her wins are by KO or TKO. She's 31. She has a pro boxing background. Good kicks too, actually. And she trains at Jackson's. I'll go with Holm to win that one. Okay, next right after that, Blas Avena fights Lenny Lovato Jr. Avena, 7-6 record with 1 no contest. 6 of those wins are by submission, 1 by TKO. He trains at Machado Jiu-Jitsu, and it's a good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game. All 6 of his losses are by KO or TKO, so all of his fights, win or lose, are by finish. With Lenny Lovato Jr., it's 8-1 record, 3 wins by KO or TKO, 4 wins by sub, and he also trains at Jackson's. That's also a theme that I noticed with the undercard here. Is there's like 3 fighters on the undercard that train under Greg Jackson's camp. So I gotta go with Lenny Lovato to win this one. Okay, next fight after that we have Vadiana Laluz versus Brennan Ward. I mean, Ward had that, I don't know what happened. He took the guy down and got armbarred in his last fight against Aaron Johnson. But, you know, he has a 5-1 record. 4 of his wins are by KO or TKO, 1 by decision. He's a good boxer. With Laluz, 1-2 record. His 1 win is by sub. You know, so I gotta go with Brennan Ward to win this one. Okay, next fight is that Felipe Chavez fights Russell Wilson. You know, the thing that's also a problem with this undercard I don't like is you get, just from record wise, I mean, you're getting these like really mismatched records. Like Russell Wilson, 1-1 record. His 1 win is by decision, his 1 loss is by sub. Whereas Felipe Chavez has a winning record, 5-3. You know, he has like 8 fights compared to 2. 1 KO and 4 subs. He trains at Jackson's. I'll go with Felipe Chavez to win this one. Same with the next fight. You know, Josh Lanier fights Josh Appel. With Lanier, 3-6 record. 2 wins by sub, 1 win by decision. It's 3 losses by KO or TKO, 3 losses by sub. So all of his finishes, every time he's lost, he's been finished. With Appel, he has a winning record, 8-2, 5 wins by KO or TKO, 2 wins by sub, and a 4-fight win streak. Gotta go with Josh Appel to win this one. Next one, though, you got undefeated guys, though. It's Adrian Cruz fights Nick Gonzalez. Both guys are 3-0 undefeated. With Cruz, he has 1 win by TKO, 1 win by sub, and he's 30. With Gonzalez, he has 1 win by TKO, 2 wins by sub. So all his fights, he did win by finish. And he trains at Jackson's. So I gotta go with Nick Gonzalez to win this one. Yeah, so let me recap. The main card, Christian Mpumu fights Attila Vegh. I got Attila Vegh winning that one. I have David Rickles beating Jason Fischer. I have Will Brooks beating Saad Awad. And I have Ed West beating Josh Montoya. On the prelims, I have Holm beating Katie Merrill. I got Lenny Lovato Jr. beating Blas Avena. I have Brennan Ward beating Vadiana Laluz. I got Felipe Chavez beating Russell Wilson. I think that Josh Appel will beat Josh Lanier. And I have Nick Gonzalez beating Adrian Cruz. So that's pretty much it for my predictions for Bellator 91. If you have any comments, just leave them below. That's it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.